33.6 degrees Celsius. That was the temperature in Delhi on February 20th. It was the season's highest up to that point. Meteorologists said that the temperature in Delhi on that day was among the highest in the past 10 years. They said this could signal the early onset of summer this year. The India Meteorological Department has warned that higher day temperatures may have a negative effect on the wheat crop, which is approaching its reproductive growth period. The centre has also set up a committee to monitor the impact of temperature rise on India's wheat crop. The committee, which will issue advisories to farmers, is to be headed by the Agriculture Commissioner. Wheat is expected to account for over a third of the total food grains produced in India in 2022-2023. India's wheat production has steadily risen from 2015-2016 to 2020-2021. But this was followed by a 2.5% decline in wheat yields, with last March being the warmest recorded in India since 1901. The grain filling period for wheat starts towards the end of February and concludes at the end of March. However, wheat production is expected to recover in 2022-2023. During the week starting February 20th, private weather forecasting agency Skymet does not foresee any relief from the unusual spike in temperatures for the northwest, central and west coast regions of India. So, do agri-experts think India's wheat crop is under threat?
As per the IMD forecast released today, the temperatures in northwest India is likely to stay above by 3 to 5% in the next 5 days. Of course, wheat is one of the most critical crops. It is at a very critical stage of reproduction where the grain is filling, and this stage is very sensitive to high temperatures, and therefore the threat is clearly there. But there are some good news clearly. So, we hear of news about steady winds in Madhya Pradesh, which is likely to maintain the temperatures for the crop. Likewise, we have news about fog in the morning in the north, and that is also helping retain some moisture in the crop. Of course, the government has been working overtime by providing right advisories about increasing irrigation or about mulching for the vegetable crops. But overall, I think we are at a critical stage. Things don't look as bad, but next few days will have to be looked upon very closely.
Suddenly, there is an increase in temperature of 3 to 5 degree maximum temperature increase in the northern Indian belts, as well as in states like Gujarat, as well in parts of Maharashtra, even East India, there is an increase in temperature. As of now, the grain filling stage across the northern Indian belt will take another couple of days. It has started in some places like in Haryana and others. In other places, it will gradually start. Now, what has to be noticed is the temperature from end of February to end of March. So in this period, if there is an abnormal increase in average temperature, it might cause your yield to go down. Now, yield goes down, obviously the production goes down.
For his part, Union Agriculture Secretary Manoj Ahuja has said that the rise in temperatures won't impact the early sown wheat varieties. He has also said that heat-resistant varieties have been sown on large tracts this time. In December, the government informed Parliament of its intention to promote heat-resistant wheat varieties. In fact, the Indian Institute of Wheat and Barley Research distributed over 3,700 quintals of heat-resistant wheat seeds during the 2021-2022 crop season. Private companies have also been roped in for seed production. But if the current wheat crop does come under pressure, what would be the impact?
If the production goes down, government will have a problem in procuring wheat this time again. Last year, you must remember that we had targeted 44 million tons of wheat procurement. We ended up just around 19 million tons. So by end of March, we are seeing a wheat stock which is just around marginally, which is more than what the buffer stocks norm are. So government needs to replenish its stocks very urgently. That is why they are doing all things aggressively to bring down the market price around the level of MSP.
The latest challenge comes when cereal inflation jumped to a record 16.12% year-on-year in January, with wheat and flour being the primary drivers. Much will now depend on how the weather plays out in the days to come. But in the long run, the early onset of summer seems to have become a climate change-driven trend that is likely to continue. This means more substantive measures will be needed to address heat stress going forward.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.